Paradise on Earth. Hard to believe anyone living here would sign up for the troubles of civilization, unless somebody or something lured them into it.
Okay, welcome to Palawan Lagoon, everyone. So quite a big change from Shambala. We're in a tropical island now. I have no idea where Indy walked out of in that intro, because there's no way to get off of this island. It's just a dead end surrounded by cliffs everywhere, so... But anyway, so it's actually a pretty wide open level, but thankfully it's pretty short, so way shorter than Shambala Sanctuary. So let's see how fast I can complete this thing. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is actually you're going to want to go left, or turn right, I guess, into this cave here.
Looks like this place used to be inhabited, and not
you're
cavemen.
Gonna reach this Japanese camp, I guess. You gotta remember that the game takes place... Jesus. You gotta remember the game takes place like right after World War II, so this is only been here a few years, and yeah, so it's in the South Pacific. It would make sense that there'd be some Japanese soldiers on the island, or were at least.
What have we here?
Back in World War II.
A medical kit.
So, there's a med kit back there. That lizard I just shot, exactly the same as spiders, snakes, and scorpions, but they can't poison you, which is nice. They just bite you and take health away. The other thing you're going to want to pick up here is the machete.
A machete.
You're going to need that for a lot throughout the rest of the game. And you also find your first treasure back here, which is some silver coins. And that's all there is for us to get in here, so you can swing back across the pit. Perfect. So now that we have the machete, we can actually get into this other cave back here. Up this pathway. Couldn't get into it before because you have to slash through these cobwebs.
Something's in there.
So whenever you see cobwebs, it's a really good idea to back up, because there's probably a spider hiding somewhere around there, and you don't want to get bit. So once you get in here, you're going to notice this cracked wall on the side here, and like I said in the last video, you can actually use Ergon's part to bust these walls open, and you're going to find treasure number 2, the blue gem here. And yeah, so keep your eyes open for those cracked walls throughout the rest of the game, because there's going to be a lot of them. You use Ergon's part a ton, and they either lead to treasures, or in some cases it's required to continue on in the level. So yeah, keep your eye out for those. There's another lizard up here. You can shoot him before he gets to you. And then there's another cave covered by vines here that you can slash your way through. Pretty damn dark in here, so light it up with the lighter. What you need in here is the shovel. Jeez. Fucking rough for that guy. But this is what you want to take.
An entrenching tool.
You could have just called it a shovel, but I guess he wanted to be an ass about it. So once you get here, he's gonna note that there's something underneath this dirt patch here, so you just got to use the shovel when you're standing on top of it, and he'll dig it up.
Well, well.
And we're gonna find treasure 3, a silver idol.
An idol?
So there's nothing back here except for some medicinal sprigs, I think, behind this rock. Yeah.
Medicinal herbs.
And that tiki statue you see up there on the cliff, that's actually like right at the end of the level, so we'll get back there eventually, but for right now it's useless to us. So that's all you can really do on this island. You want to head back to the beach. Do some rolling, save some time. So I mentioned before in the last video that you're probably going to lose a lot of health on this level, and it's true. We want to swim across to that other beach across the way, and this water is absolutely filled with sharks and piranhas, or barracudas. You can see one of them swimming now. You can also see a bunch of landmines in the water, so don't run into them, because if you do, you're going to take massive damage. And the only weapon you can use underwater is actually the machete. So yeah, you can see all these shitty fish swimming around. You can sit in the water and fuck off. You can sit in the water, I guess, and try and kill them all, but it's kind of pointless because you'll take almost as much damage as you would normally just swimming to your next spot, so it really isn't worth it. My best suggestion is just to swim the least distance as possible. You want to get out of the water as quick as you can. So there's another lizard back here to shoot, but before we go further onto this island, there's actually another treasure here that's pretty easy to miss. It's pretty well hidden. If you look into the water at the edge of the thing here, you're going to see that there's a hole behind the rock there. And you're going to want to take that down. God damn it. Piss off. Like I said, like, you're going to be using some med kits in this level. There's no real way around it. They're going to be biting you the entire level. You can kind of try and ward them off with a machete, but when there's a bunch of them, it doesn't really work out very well. So, yeah. How'd these fuckers get in here? Bastards. Sharks take 4 swings of the machete to kill, and the smaller barracuda or piranha, they take 2. So you're just going to want to swim to the edge of this cave and pull yourself up into this little space here. And this is going to be treasure number 4. You're going to get this gold idol here. And yeah, like I said, this treasure is pretty easy to miss if you're not looking for it on the ocean floor. So, yeah, just remember it's there. So now we can swim our way back out. There's nothing else for you to do in here. Remember to keep an eye on your air, I guess, on this level too, because there's a couple areas where, one in particular, where you run out of air pretty quickly. It's like an underwater maze. So keep an eye on it. Make sure that you surface if it's getting low, because it's a real shitty way to die when you're right near the end of a level or something and you die because you ran out of oxygen. Pretty shitty. Pretty shitty. Okay, so we're back on this beach here, and before we go into that cave on the side, there is going to be our 5th treasure behind this big rock, which is some gold coins. Remember to pick those up. And now we can finally go through this cave into the next area. But be careful, I believe there's 2 spiders in here if I remember right. So again, like, good idea to slash the cobwebs and then back up, because they'll probably be falling from the ceiling. Good stuff. Oh, this guy's already on the ground, I can already see him. You can shoot them through the cobwebs too, which is good. The cobwebs don't block your bullets, obviously. Now we get to the 2nd or the 3rd beach, I guess, of the level, and we find this rusted out piece of shit.
Whoa. The war was not kind to that ship. Or anyone aboard, I'm guessing.
So yeah, there is a massive Japanese, I'm assuming it's Japanese because of the music, big cruiser there that got stuck. It's also good to note that there's a torpedo here.
This torpedo needs an arming
But it needs an arming device for us to use it. I think, like, I guess it's only been a few years since World War II, but I still find it pretty suspicious that that thing would actually work. I don't think it would. Yeah, water again is going to be crawling with sharks and barracuda, so do your best. Shit sucks pretty bad. So once you get to the edge of the ship, you're going to climb your way out here. Go away. Fish are just waiting for me. Just like quick save it here. But there is actually somewhere, if he wants to, there is actually a hole we need to go into the stern of the ship down here. And that's going to net you treasure number 6, which is the gold bar. Okay, so now we can make our way into the ship. Go away, you stupid fucking fish. I hate you so much. This level can get pretty annoying because these things are just going to be bothering you the entire time. Okay. So now we make our way up onto the ship. I won't do that to you guys. It'll take too much time. And he's going to comment that there's some tiki statues.
What are those totems doing over there?
There's some totems over there, and they look to be like either guarding something or marking something. So what you actually have to do is you actually have to swing that crane over to the island so you can whip across. But unfortunately, the crank is missing.
I might be able to swing this crane around.
And so that's going to be our objective right now, is to find that missing crank. But while there isn't a crank, there is an arming device here for the torpedo.
For a Japanese torpedo.
And there's no use going around the ship at this point. You're going to just find out that all the doors are locked. So there's no point exploring the rest of the ship. You can't get anywhere with it. But we can arm the torpedo now. If he wants to... Oh, fuck me. If he wants to jump over the edge of the ship. There we go. So, yeah, like I said, try and... Jesus, it was right there waiting for me. Shortest path. Try and take the shortest path. That's all you can really do. Take this off. Pull yourself out of the water as quick as possible. So now that we got the arming device, we can get this torpedo working again.
I'll just aim this tin fish over here.
That's going to blow us a hole in the side of the ship so we can get inside of it. So swim for the hole. Pieces of shit. Get out of my face. There's going to be a lot of barracuda in here, but there's also an air pocket, so you probably want to go up there first just to get some air. I usually try and kill these barracuda, or else they get annoying pretty quick. I think there's 3 in here, or 4? I don't know. Wow, I don't see another one, so maybe he swam off. I'm sure we'll run into him at some point later. Okay, so now we're inside the ship. I'm going to save here. So the first thing you're going to want to do once you're in here is you're going to want to head to this open door here. Jesus, we got sharks transmogrifying through the fucking walls. Clipping problems. Expect them a lot in this game. And you're going to find this hammer in the box. So grab that. Make sure you come here first because you're going to need the hammer for the later section, this next section that we're about to do, or else you will die. Heal up. Quick saber again. So this next section is pretty tough. It's probably the toughest part of the level. It's an underground maze, basically, through all the corridors here. And if you don't know where you're going, it's very easy to die due to lack of oxygen. So the first place you're going to want to go is just continue to go straight into this next room. And you're going to find treasure number 7. There's that other barracuda being a piece of fuck. And you can grab the treasure and just swim back out here to the air pocket because you probably are not going to have enough air to make it to the end of the maze. Okay, so let's go through the end of the maze here. So, fuck off, fish. So you're going to want to turn right, swim through this door here, turn left, swim forward twice. There's another fucking barracuda. Turn left here, go through this door, keep going straight till you can't go anymore. And then you're going to want to turn right here and turn left here up the ladder. But it's locked. You can't actually get out here because there's a lock on the trap door. So this is where the hammer comes in. And if you didn't have the hammer, you'd be totally screwed in this part because you don't have enough air to go back and make it to the other air pocket in that first room there. Swim up, you dumbass. So this is going to get us to the deck of the ship again. So a little hatch you saw, so now we're back here. So this just gives you, I guess, a quicker way into the ship if you need it for whatever reason, but you really shouldn't. So that's not really what we came down here to do. So you're going to want to go back, and then turn right into this area here. There's going to be a lot of barracuda down here as well, guarding this box here. And what you're going to find in this box is the key to the captain's cabin. So now we can finally get in there and hopefully find that crank. Fuck off, you stupid barracuda. They're probably the most irritating enemy in the game, are these shitty fish in the water. No one wants to deal with them. They're hard to kill because you can't use anything on them except for the machete. And they just follow you constantly. It's fucking bullshit. So now that we have the key, we can get into the captain's cabin, which is on the second deck of the ship. So use these stairs to get up there, and here's the door you want to use it on. And the door just like falls apart, which again makes me really question how that torpedo would fucking still work if the ship is in this bad a shape. So here's the crank on the wall, what we came for. Perfect. But before we leave, you actually want to go in here and fall through this hole in the floor. And that's going to net you another trauma kit.
A medical kit.
And you're going to find treasure number 8, which is these
Look
gold
what
coins. I don't know why I jumped there. So now we have everything on the ship. We've completed... Climb the ladder, you dumbass. There you go. We found everything we need to on the ship, and we can move on and put this crank back where it belongs. Oh, son of a bitch, I didn't want to do that. I didn't realize there was no deck there. Shit. Well, that was embarrassing. Oh well. Just gotta climb my way up through the back of the ship again. Get up there! And barracuda was waiting. He was waiting to bite a chunk out of my ass. Okay, now we can make our way back to that area with the crank there. Okay. Put that rusty crank where it belongs, and then just press the action key, and he'll move that crank over to where we need it to be. And now we can get ourselves across to that totem. Don't fall here, it's going to be a long way back. And we have another patch of dirt, so you can probably imagine what we need to do here.
There's something here.
This is why you need the entrenching tool. This is literally the only reason you need the shovel in this level. So make sure to get the shovel first, because, yeah, that'll be an extremely long way back to where we are.
Look at this.
So there's a little pressure plate here that you step on, and that's going to open the door all the way back near the first beach we were on. So we're going to have to do a massive amount of backtracking. But before you leave, make sure to pick up the medicinal herbs here.
Medicinal herbs.
You'll probably need the full healing at this point, because this level's a bastard for health. So now we can head back to that first beach, or near it anyway. Oh, look at that. That shark clipped on the fucking... got stuck on the wall. I like that. I appreciate that. This other one didn't, though. Go away, you fuck. Jesus. That thing was fucking hungry. Yeah, okay. Now we can pull ourselves up on the shore again. I guess I overshot that by quite a bit. I probably would have gotten out sooner, but oh well. So now we need to make our way back to the I guess the water between the second and the first beach here. That's where that door opened up. But before we go down there, there's actually one other thing we need to get using the hammer. And this is pretty obscure. I don't like this part because it's pretty obscure what you have to do, and the game doesn't do a good job of telling it to you very well. So, I don't know if you guys noticed beforehand, but there's actually a plane. You can kind of see it from here. Oh, my stupid phone. You can kind of see it from here, but there's a plane down there. And we actually need one of its propellers to get the doors open, because the doors are going to be jammed shut. And you're going to need something to pry them open with, and this is what you need. So you got to swim down to the front of the plane here and use the hammer to hammer off one of the propellers. And now we can use it to get that door open. And that door is all the way at the end of this little lagoon here. She's a swim. And yeah, don't hit any of the landmines. I don't think it's an instant death, but it's brutal on your health. And there's the door that we need to enter. There's nothing down there. Don't bother going down there. It's just more shitty fish that are going to try and kill you. Go away. Running pretty low on oxygen here. I think I'll have to surface before I head in here. Give me some air. Want a piece? Fucking die. Okay. Oh, that shark wants some of me, so I better get the hell out of here. Oh, I got it chunked anyway. So once you go in here, there's going to be a shark swimming around. The first place you want to go is turn to the left, and you're going to find treasure number 9, the silver bar. Get some cool music in here. And once again, that shark's going to be hungry for you. So the next place you want to go is there's going to be this pull button in the wall here. So just press the action key by it. And that's going to open up a door at the top of the room here that we can swim out of. Keep an eye on your air in here too. If you spend too long just screwing around in here, you can deplete your air pretty quick. So yeah, just make sure to keep your eye on it. You get out in here and there's going to be a fuck ton of barracuda in here. So surface. Shitheads. Get out of my way. So you're going to want to head for this platform here that I'm heading for. The other platform has the door to the exit of the level, but we don't have it open yet. So that's the last thing we need to do on this level. It's a pretty short one. So we're trying to open that door there. So you can enter in here, and you're going to find your last treasure behind this pillar here, which is some gold coins. And I believe there's a lizard prowling around in here. Yeah, there he is. So you can shoot him real quick. And then we got to climb our way up to that, where the sunlight's coming from over there. So we're going to be doing a lot of shimmy in here, unfortunately. And he's going to take his good old sweet time. Go, go, go. I really wish they could speed up this process. This and the fucking wall climbing in Shambala. She's rough. And we got some more shimmying. Don't run off the edge, you dumbass. Got some more shimmying to get to the top of this room here. Get up. Okay, and now we can climb our way out, and we see some daylight. And this is actually going to lead us back to that tiki that I showed you guys right near the beginning of the level, where we dug up that that silver idol there. This was the tiki that was overlooking that area. Don't fall off here. Whatever you do, don't run off the edge, because it is going to take you like 15 minutes to get back to where we're at right now. Jesus, phone. Piss off. So that's going to open up the doors to exit the level. And yeah, she's a pretty short one, like I said, but can be pretty annoying because the fish and just finding out where to go and stuff like that. It can be kind of confusing, but it's not too bad. Oh shit. Come on! Don't tell me. Don't tell me I jammed her. Son of a bitch, you gotta be kidding me. I can't wiggle myself out here at all? Oh, god damn it. I don't think I saved very recently either. Oh, that's gonna be fucking... You gotta be kidding me. Well, I guess we got our first game-breaking bug. Don't fall off there, people. I'll meet you back. We were like 2 seconds away from the fucking end of the level 2. That's embarrassing. I'm not counting that as a death, because that's some bullshit. Okay, everyone, I am back, finally. That took forever, because I hadn't saved it since the fucking underwater maze on the ship. That was like 15 minutes. So, I'm gonna drop here, but I think I'm gonna take some damage, but I got enough medical. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I got enough medicine, I don't really care. And it beats having to fucking shimmy my way down. So anyway, once we got those doors open, that's pretty much the end of the level. You just gotta go back to where you came from and swim to those doors. Jesus, no, that was awful. I guess the shark got stuck on the wall, so we had to. The game's like its own poetic justice or something, I guess. So yeah, just go through this door and the level ends. That's it. So 10 treasures found. And you go on to the next level, which is Palawan Volcano. So yeah, a nice short level. It's nice after Shambala to have a nice kind of short one. It is frustrating as hell though, because it'll eat up your first aid and medical kits pretty quick if you're not careful. But overall, it's not too hard. It's a fairly straightforward level if you do things in the right order. So yeah, not too bad. Next level is pretty long though, so yeah, be prepared. The next 2 levels are pretty long and pretty complicated. So enjoy this while it lasts. Alright, see you guys in the next level.